Guys, you're not going to believe what just happened. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button because you're not going to want to miss any of the updates on this story. It's about to get intense. So, after days of complete silence, Shinyu has finally broken her silence about Wang's scandal, and honestly, what she said has everyone either in tears, in shock, or totally questioning everything they thought they knew about this couple. I mean, if you've been following their journey from Meteor Garden days to everything that's happened in the last few years, this moment feels like the calm after a storm, except the calm is so raw and emotional that it almost hurts to hear. Now, let's rewind a little. For the past week, Wang's name has been everywhere, and not for the reasons we usually celebrate him. This scandal, guys, it spread like wildfire. It was trending on Weibo, it was all over Instagram stories, and even international fan pages couldn't keep quiet. People were speculating about his personal life, about his loyalty, about things that no one really knew for sure, and the sad part is, Shinyu was dragged into all of it even though she kept completely silent, until now. When this story first broke, fans immediately turned their attention to her. Some were defending her, others were begging her to confirm or deny the rumors. But Shinyu, being Shinyu, calm, private, and deeply thoughtful, she chose to remain silent at first. And honestly, I think that made people even more anxious. Because let's be real, when someone doesn't speak, the internet speaks for them, and that's exactly what happened here. People started creating their own narratives, everything from "she's heartbroken" to "they broke up secretly months ago." But today, Shinyu spoke. And I need to tell you exactly what she said because it changes everything. So, earlier this morning, Shinyu posted on her official Weibo account. It wasn't some casual post. It wasn't even a long essay like some celebrities do. It was short, but the weight of those words? Oh my gosh. She wrote, "I have seen everything. I have stayed quiet because I needed time to understand my own heart. Please, don't hurt people you do not fully know. We are still human. Thank you to those who have been patient." Let that sink in for a second. I have seen everything. That means she's been watching the chaos, the accusations, the hate comments, and the blind defending, and she chose not to add fuel to the fire. That one sentence alone shows so much about her character. Then she says, "I needed time to understand my own heart." Guys, that hit me hard. Because it means this scandal didn't just affect Dylan, it affected her deeply too. It's like she's admitting that this isn't just black and white, that there are emotions involved that even she had to process. And then, please, don't hurt people you do not fully know. That line? That's powerful. It's almost like she's telling the entire internet, stop judging, stop assuming, because you don't know the whole story. And honestly, she's right. We all jumped on every little piece of gossip like it was the truth, but none of us were in that room, none of us lived that life. Now, the big question everyone is asking, does this mean she's still with Dylan? Or does this mean they're done? Because she didn't exactly say we're fine or we broke up. She left it open, intentionally, I think. And that's what's driving everyone crazy right now. When I first read that post, I'll be honest, I had to read it twice because the tone wasn't bitter, it wasn't defensive, but it wasn't overly sweet either. It was calm. It was measured. And to me, that feels like someone who's been hurt but still cares deeply. But here's where things get even more interesting. A few hours after her post, Wang's team finally released an official statement. And let me tell you, this statement is causing waves. They basically said that the rumors spreading online are exaggerated and that Dylan never did what he's being accused of. They called it malicious speculation. But, and here's the kicker, they also said, we respect Shinyu's feelings and her need for space. Space. That one word has fans going crazy because it suggests that something did happen between them, even if it's not what people think. It suggests that Dylan might be giving her time to process everything, maybe even time apart. Guys, I've been reading comments non-stop since this happened, and the fandom is completely split. Some people are like, she's so strong for handling this with grace, and others are like, she deserves better, while a whole other group is saying, this proves they're still in love because she defended him in a subtle way. Honestly, I can see all sides. And let's talk about the emotional side of this for a second. Imagine being Shinyu right now. The entire world is watching your every move, waiting for you to break, waiting for you to say something that will confirm their theories. And instead of lashing out or spilling everything, she chooses this calm, almost poetic response. That takes strength. That takes maturity. Now, I know what you're thinking, what exactly is this scandal about? For those of you who might not have seen the original rumors, here's the quick version. Basically, some photos and screenshots surfaced online that allegedly showed Dylan being a little too friendly with someone who wasn't Shinyu. We're talking late-night meetups, secret messages, the usual stuff that sets the internet on fire. But here's the thing, none of these were ever confirmed. They were grainy photos, unverified chats, and honestly, some of them looked so edited it was laughable. People started digging, people started speculating, and before you know it, there were entire threads dedicated to proving that Dylan cheated. Now, do I believe that? Honestly? No. But that's just me. And clearly, Shinyu isn't confirming it either, which makes me wonder if this was all blown out of proportion by people who love drama more than the truth. But here's where I want to hear from you guys. Do you think Shinyu's statement was her way of saying, stop spreading lies, or was it her way of saying, yes, something happened, but it's private? Because to me, it felt like a little bit of both. It felt like a plea for empathy more than a denial or a confirmation. And let's not forget, these two have been through so much together. From starring in one of the most iconic dramas ever to constantly being linked in real life, to the endless dating rumors, the fan pressure, the media attention, it's a lot. Sometimes I think people forget that they're human. That behind those perfect photos and those dreamy characters, there are real emotions, real arguments, real struggles. Honestly, reading Shinyu's words today reminded me why I respect her so much. She's not the type to chase clout, she's not the type to start a war online. She handles things privately, and when she does speak, she speaks with meaning. And Dylan, well, if he really didn't do what people are accusing him of, then I feel for him too. Because can you imagine being falsely accused of something and then watching the entire internet turn against you overnight? That's brutal. But then again, if there's even a tiny bit of truth in those rumors, well, then I also understand why Shinyu needed time. Because trust, once broken, is so hard to rebuild. Guys, this story is far from over. I have a feeling more statements are coming, maybe even a joint statement from both of them. Or maybe this is all we'll ever get. A quiet, graceful message from Shinyu asking us to stop judging. Either way, I want to know what you think. Do you think Dylan and Shinyu can make it through this? Do you think the fandom should back off and give them space? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this is one of those moments where every opinion matters. And before you go, if you want to stay updated on everything happening in this story, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because trust me, this isn't the last we're going to hear from them.